Yes, people, nice one for coming back to the Fuse UK. It's much appreciated as always. Tonight's guest we've got on the show making his debut with BKFC 40 in Leeds on the 22nd of April against Naff Higson. And Arron, mate, you all right, bro?
How you going, pal? All right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, all good, mate.
Good, mate. Good. What's been happening?
Train, mate. Training at the minute. To be fair, mate, I'm ready for bed. I'm normally in bed at this time. It's like 8:30. I'm normally getting in my sack now, mate. Yeah.
Cushy, man. So how long have you been in camp for now for this fight?
I'd say 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks. I think we only had quite a short camp because we made a bit of a decision on it late. I was supposed to be fighting on cage steel.
Yeah.
And then I had a little tweak in my knee that I wasn't really fully fit for it. And I was rushing it. And then this came along and, we decided on this and then jumped straight into camp.
Cushy, mate. Cushy. I was wondering, mate, if we could start where your journey in combat sports began. Where did it all begin for you?
Bit of amateur boxing. Fought in the forces as well. I was in the RF and fought a bit in there.
All right.
Come out, did a bit of MMA, touched little bits, mate. Nothing serious. To be fair, mate, I never really had the right headspace for it. It's only just recently I've turned myself around a little bit. I'm fully dedicated to it now. But yeah, I've toyed about with stuff, but nothing serious, mate. Just dipped in and out of things. Had the fight, not kept up to, you know what I mean? But now's the time that I'm really thinking that I'm just going to keep fit, stay active all the time now.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And obviously, when you're doing bits of boxing and bits of MMA, which one did you prefer to do the most? Did you like using just your hands only, or did you prefer to mix it up with?
Got a bit bored of the boxing, mate. And then I went to the MMA, but as you know, there's a lot to learn in that, isn't there? And if you fall behind a bit if you've got the jits to learn. And I took a fight on a short notice, went the distance with a good kid, and then took another one. And I prefer the stand-up. Do you know what I mean? I prefer to. It's a lot of mind blogging when you've not done it before, when you get down to the ground and stuff. But yeah, I prefer to stand up and trade, mate.
Yeah, and I see you're in good hands in that training with you're with Rico, Franco, and Robbie Kennedy and lads like that, aren't you?
Yeah. So Rico's obviously my coach. I started back up boxing just to mainly get fit. To be fair, up at Rico's. And then he said to me, he goes, would you not fancy a bare knuckle? It suits you. And at first I was like, nah. And then the more he talked about it, the more I watched him, I thought, you know what, I'd like a bit of that. And I love it, mate. I love training there. I'm training up at ABT as well with like Holmesy and Robbie Kennedy, Danny Mitchell, all them. There's some great lads up there, mate. Obviously they're all top of the game, aren't they? So it only brings you on, mate. But yeah, there's good lads up there.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's an exciting time now as well in the bare knuckle, as you've probably seen, watching the shows and the names that are turning over. It must be a great feeling to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, I'm buzzing with it, mate. Buzzing with it, and just happy to be a part of it. But on the other hand, I want to get myself out there. I want to show people what I can do, and I respect everyone that does it, mate. But I want to work me up with it myself. I don't want to just dip into it and say I've done it. I'm looking to keep training every day and making better in myself, and hopefully one day be fighting on the big ones myself. But that's what I want to do. I don't just want to do one fight and then say I've done it. It's not. I want to try and get. I'm not looking past this one, but I want to get it out of the way in good fashion, and move on to the next.
Yeah, of course, and obviously it's BKFC 40 coming up in Leeds that you're fighting on. Your opponent's Naff Higson. He's got a little bit of experience in the pits and that, and also he's had a bare knuckle fight before with BFBA. Have you watched many of Naff's fights, and what do you think of him as a fighter with what you've seen so far?
Anyone that does that make the game, aren't they? Do you know? There's no. It's not like you say in boxing or especially at my level in MMA. You're not getting no. It's no easy fight. It's my first fight. It's all going to be. And Naff seems a sound lad. Joe, I've heard a couple of bits about him. Seems a sound enough kid, and I think everyone is. You don't get many dicks along the way. I've got respect for anyone that gets there and does that. If I'm honest, mate, I'm always completely. I haven't watched too much about him because in the past I've done that. And you can get too focused on them. I honestly believe if I go in the best I can be, then in my own head and I believe in myself. But yeah, I think Rico's watched a little bit about him, and he's my coach, and I'll just listen to him, and we've got a plan, and we'll just stick to that. But yeah, I try not to get too much involved with that, because every fighter's different, aren't they? You know, some people like to watch him and stuff. I just like to stay on, do the bit, concentrate on myself, try and get the best I can be. But yeah, I've seen little bits. And yeah, he's a tall. I think he's quite tall, isn't he? He's quite tall.
Yeah, he is tall, actually. Well, when I seen him at Sheffield at BFBA, he was like a big lad there. But I seen him the other week at another bare knuckle show in Stoke-on-Trent, and I thought, fucking hell, he has an half foot some size. So I'm just thinking now, you must obviously he's fighting at the same weight, so you must be a big lad as well.
Well, to be fair, mate, I'm not that big. I carry a lot of weight in my legs. Always have done, mate. And yeah, I'm virtually on weight now. I think, do you know what I mean? I'm virtually there now, but yeah, I carry a lot of my weight in my legs, so I'm only 5'10", 5'11", something like that. So I know he's a little bit bigger, because obviously the Rico and Dex Spellman, they're training me at the minute. They're my coaches, and they've got a couple of taller lads in, you know, spar and stuff like that. So yeah, I know he's taller.
Well, they say that's where all your power comes from, don't they? Your legs, so it can't be a bad thing, mate.
Yeah, I carry a bit of power. That's probably one of my, you know, advantages. I do carry a bit of power, but you don't want to be all there. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more to it, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
And have you had the chance to go to a BKFC show yet?
Yeah. I went to watch the one at Croydon. You know what? One at Rico's debut.
At Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I went there, and I took my mum and dad on that, to be fair. My mum, dad and my wife, and they loved it, and then didn't, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I got excited for it then. Do you know what I mean? I got excited for it. And it's a big event, isn't it, mate? It's massive.
Massive,
you know, it's huge. It's huge, and you know that excites me even more, because you think, you know what I mean? If you can just show your skills on this event, do you know what I mean? It's a massive platform, and I'm only 33, so I think there's enough time to get going in it. Yeah,
there's people for early 40s and that fighting in the BKFC, but it's like the UFC of the bare knuckle world, mate. Like it's ridiculous names and that are turning over.
Names,
you know,
like Mendes, Rockhold, all these names, and obviously in America. But then all the guys over here, I mean, there's monsters, isn't there? There's monsters in this, but they all start somewhere, and they're all. Do you know what I mean? I'm around Anthony Holmes when he's training. I mean, he's phenomenal as well, and what a guy he is, by the way. He's similar, like believes in similar stuff to me, you know, like law of attraction and stuff like that. And I watch him a lot. I take a lot from what he's come through and stuff like that. And same with Rico, my trainer. Do you know what I mean? You're around guys like that. I've surrounded myself with really good people, and it's a big. It helps, you know, when you're surrounded by positive and just good guys. It really helps.
And what did you think of the whole BKFC production setup? You know, like the lights, the stage, the American announcer.
Yeah, it's good. It's big, and that's probably something that I'm going to have to, when it happens, deal with it and overcome. Do you know what I mean? It's a different thing for me, but I'm starting to try and do that now. Think about it. Like I said, I believe in law of attraction and stuff like that. I'm already going through it in my head every night, going through it. So I've already been there. Do you know what I mean? So I've already been there, and just I'm looking forward to it more than anything now. Like I said, I'm always honest, and through the camp, I've had a few ups and downs, not ups and downs, but like, you know, bit of nerves, bit of this. And this last couple of weeks, I don't know, it's all become a bit more controlled, and I'm just aware of things now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just getting a bit under control.
Yeah, of course, mate. And when you were at the venue at Crystal Palace, was the ring as big as you thought it was going to be?
Bigger, I think. Yeah, it felt a bit bigger.
It was for me when I first seen it.
Well, we was right ringside, and to be fair, I'd have preferred to be a little bit more up, because
so you could see them.
Yeah, where we were sat, there was this cameraman right in front of me and my dad, but yeah, it just, I don't know. I think Leeds is going to be a bit of a bigger event, to be fair, from the look of the, you know, the layout and stuff. It looks like it holds more, and there's more, you know, tables and stuff around. So, yeah, like I say, I keep going through it in my head and enjoying the moment and taking it all in, mate. It's massive. It's not a great opportunity.
And I can imagine there being some absolute roars, mate, in that stadium, because even when Anthony Holmes fought in Newcastle, I was ringside and right behind me, mate, they were fucking screaming. Like they were like,
there's a lot of local lads on there as well, isn't there? Now you got say local lads, but it's quite a local show for a few of us. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the main event as well. Well, co-main Anthony and Danny, but that should be main event for me. Like what a fight that's going to be. So I'm hopefully watching that with a big smile on my face because I've got the win.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And obviously, there's all yous who live local there, so yous will be doing like good tickets, getting people going to see you, good crowds and that. But obviously, Danny gets a good crowd as well. Jamie Cox will be bringing a good crowd. Like it's going to be mint, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be rammed, and like I say, they're all, from what I see, I don't really know a lot of them. They all just seem like top lads. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing personal in the game. They're all really top lads in this BKFC and stuff. And I follow a lot of them. Do you know what I mean? So, God, I'm only just starting here, so I'm following a lot of these guys, looking up to them. And I'll be honest, mate, I try and take a little bit of something from every one of them. I was saying this to Rico on the way back from training today. I try and take a little bit of something from everybody. You know, like if I could learn one thing, but if I just take one thing from every session with the lads I'm training with, I've got UFC, ex-UFC guys, like championship lads on PFL and stuff like that I'm sparring with. So I'm just trying to take a little bit of something, you know, from everybody. And every session's like a learning session. Just keep trying to chip away.
Yeah, of course, mate. They say, like, I seen a thing that Mike Tyson put on the other day. He's talking to, you know, that little Hasbulla.
Oh, yeah.
He's explaining to him that every single person you meet in life, take it as a lesson. Whatever you can take from that person, like, you'll learn something from them. Even if you meet a bad person, you'll learn something to avoid or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Like I say, this past 2 years of my life, I've changed it around a bit. Like, I lost everything really, like 2 years ago. I'll be honest with you, I cheated on my wife and bloody messed up with her and lost everything and turned my life around a little bit since. I've got my wife back, got my kids back, everything's going well, and I needed to change a lot about me and, you know, find myself a bit more. And yeah, I've left a lot of shit behind me and that I don't really do anymore. And just find myself a bit better, like the people you hang around with. It's just a lot of good people in my life around at the minute. And yeah, that helps. Yeah, you've got to recognise your past as well and, you know, put it on your shoulders and walk forward with it.
Yeah, of course, mate. We all make mistakes, don't we, mate? We've all been in that situation where we've, for fuck's sake, and we've fucking been in bad places, mate. It's how we come back from it, innit, and realise that it's not the end of the world, mate, and we've just got to put it right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it makes you, doesn't it? And that's what I feel like it's done me. I found a better person inside me, and yeah, I'm thankful for it all, really.
Yeah, wicked, mate. And the bare knuckle will be like, obviously, with how much of a brutal sport it is and how much of a big platform, it's something for you to obviously focus on and work towards, because you only need a couple of wins under your belt, mate, and you're right up there pushing it with the big dogs. Do you know what I mean?
People might think, oh, it's a bit too. I'm not saying it in a cocky way because I'm not that kind of guy. But I've got my eyes. I want to really do something in it, and I won't put myself in something if I was just going to toy it. I want to really, really try and give it my best shot and see where I can go. And I see like the likes of Rico and all them guys. They only started with one fight, and look where they are now. And you know, who knows what can happen with it. But yeah, that's what the goal is, to go as far as I can, and just everyone's like a little challenge for me. Do you know what I mean? This is like this challenge here. I want to do my best at this, and hopefully go on to the next challenge and keep going with it.
Yeah, of course, mate. And you know, the BKFC rule set. What do you think of the rule set? Like, do you think the clinching that'll work in your advantage?
Who knows? Because I've not maybe because we've done a bit of MMA and that. I don't know whether Naff has or not. Like, I think has Naff done a bit of MMA as well.
Yeah, I think he's done a bit of MMA and that as well.
Yeah, well, maybe then. I like it. We've been doing a bit in sparring and I like it, but who knows? I'd probably know more after it to tell you whether I liked it or not. But you've got to sort of like it because, you know, I see it happens a lot and I see that people go to work in the clinch. Do you know what I mean? I was watching that at Croydon, Crystal Palace, sorry, you saw a lot were going to work in the clinch, and it's not just touching, is it? They're going for it there. So who knows, mate? Yeah, until I've done it, I don't know, but yeah, I'm up for that bit. I like it close in there.
Yeah, I ask these questions to everyone, mate, but like the answer them like you just did there. But when it's in the ring, it's totally everything goes out the window, doesn't
it? You think you'd try and play it a bit safe, but I don't know. I'd like to see how it is. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to give too much away what we're working on, but who knows? Don't know.
Who would you say in the bare knuckle world inspired you most to give you like the push to do this fight that you're having, this career step you're taking?
It's got to be Rico. Do you know what I mean? He's a good friend, but his story's amazing, mate. Do you know what I mean? Look what he did, and look how he did it. Like that. I know him closely, but he fought through all them with colitis. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, fucking.
I was shitting blood. Do you know what I mean? He was shitting blood beating Jimmy Sweeney. And I've seen him train, mate. He's an absolute warrior, and he's inspired me to, like, not with injuries or something you're injured, but you just keep motoring on, and everything happens for a reason. And he's taught me to train not taught me to train, but training twice a day at the minute, which is what we're doing, and just being true to yourself. And yeah, so there's him. There's a couple. Him. I mean, it's controversial, really, because I actually like Conor Tierney's style as well, and I know they don't get on them two, but I stay out of that. It's no to do with me then. But I like Conor Tierney's style, and I think Conor Tierney and Rico are very much alike in their styles. With the standoff, sticking the shots in, out. I like that. I like that style, and yeah, I think in the future they'd be a good fight. That if them two got it on again, I really do.
Yeah, it'd be fucking class, mate. Because the beef's there, and it's the fucking. I don't think they really like each other, do they?
No, definitely not, mate. If you'd have heard it at that last Crystal Palace, mate, I
come down the day before, but the fucking traffic was a nightmare, mate. Yeah, I got down from Middlesbrough. It took me 6 hours to get to London, and then to travel 3 miles in London, it took me over 3 hours, mate.
Yeah, I can imagine it were awful. We were on the tubes and that, and it were bad. It were horrible. All the train things, but yeah, it were manic in there. Their fans against ours, and I had my mum and dad with me, so it were getting a bit heated. I was like, right, come on, let's go. I can't be doing with them getting involved in it. But yeah, there's rivalry there, and I think from what I hear, they both respect each other. I'm sure. Do you know what I mean? They're both respect as fighters, but there's that rivalry there. There's a few others I follow that Brutal Boss to it. Is it? Yeah, I follow him, and yeah, I like it. I like him a lot. I like his style and stuff, and he's a beast, isn't he? So yeah, he's
a bull, Jake Botswick, mate. He's a good lad as well. He's sound man.
And he owns as well. Obviously, I've been training with him, and I love his story. I love how he's similar to myself, really. Like how it's turned around and what we believe in, and that. And honestly, him, I know, but he is such a gent. He's an animal. Do you know what I mean? Like he's always willing to help and stuff like that. He's great to be around. Yeah.
Like when I first started doing the podcasting and that with a bare knuckle, and fucking Anthony must have been fucking world champion or something. Do you know what I mean? I can't really remember now because it was fucking nearly 2 years ago. But like I asked him, and straight away it was just sounds. For course, I'll come on the podcast. You know what I mean? He's had time for me since day one. Like a lot, this circle of bare knuckle, mate. Like what I've been involved in, I've never met so many. Like you'd think they'd all be like rough as fuck, like some dickheads and that, but they're literally, mate, all proper lovely lads. Like
I've not met one, mate. You just think like he's a bit of a dick. Like like even like Robbie Kennedy and stuff. Like I didn't really know Robbie, and what a guy he is. They're just all humble and just real. Like they're not here for the bravado. They're doing it because they love the sport, and obviously everybody's got their own little journey. That's what I see. I've got my own little journey, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean? And I feel that this is the right time for me. And then everybody's got their own little journey, and you've sort of got to respect that. You go on your journey, and then, like I say, a lot of people really want to help people. Like Anthony, Rico, all the guys down at the gym, they don't have to help me. Do you know what I mean? But they do. they're always up for helping. I'm training like Morgan, Morgan Starkey as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another one. They're all just proper nice guys, and it's good to be around.
It's that law of attraction again, isn't it? Where they're giving good energy out to receive it back.
That's it, mate. I concentrated on that. Like, I put out there that I wanted to, surround myself with good people, and just seems like it's answered, mate. And that's all that comes now, just good people and good energy, and that's it, mate.
Wicked, mate. And what can we expect to see from Arron Blakey on BKFC 40?
A win. I don't see there's anything else than a win coming. That's not, again, nothing against anyone, my opponents, but I've got my eyes on the prize, and that's it. I don't want to say too much again, but I know what's coming. Good
man. And before we wrap it up, mate, is there any sponsors, shout outs, big ups that you want to give out to anyone?
Yeah, I've got a few little sponsors, but nothing, mate. I've got Kingdom of Ink at Doncaster, Edmonton's Electrical. All the people coming to the fight that's bought tickets, I've sold, I think, nearly 100 tickets with, people good support.
Nice.
Rico and Dex Spellman, my two coaches. Dex, obviously, ex-pro boxer, and he's really helping. And Rico's been there from the start. All the lads down at AVT, Danny Mitchell's lot, Holmesy and that, all them, just for all the help that they're giving. And my wife and kids, mate, just for putting up with the shit. You know what it's like, twice a day. Mardy, because I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Just the shit that they're coming through. And like I said, it'll all pay off. But yeah, that's about it, mate. And you for having me on.
Not a problem, mate. And if there's anyone watching now or watches after the live and they're wanting to purchase tickets from yourself, where can they reach out to you?
You can add me on Instagram. I think you put me on there. You put me on there. Add me on Instagram if you want to get tickets. Just message direct. Come straight through me. Obviously, that's what the BKFC are doing. Come straight through me. And if not, just get yourself down to the show, because it's not just me. I'm just starting my story, but it's going to be one hell of a card.
Wicked, mate. We'll stay in touch, Arron, and we'll closer to the fight, mate. We'll get some more work done, bro. I really appreciate you coming on, pal.
Really appreciate your time, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. I'll speak soon to you, yeah, mate.
Take care, pal.
Ta-ra, mate. Bye. Yes, people, really appreciate everyone tuning in there. I'm going to put Arron's social media, Instagram in the description. So if you want to purchase any tickets from him, because instead of buying them offline, you're best off going to the fighters and buying the tickets off them, because then they get a little bit of a commission out of it, you know what I mean? And it's the game that this type of thing is. You need to sell tickets like any other fighting sport, you know what I mean? So every little helps with these lads. And make sure you don't forget to head over there and give him a follow on his bare knuckle journey and give him some support. But really appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone in the comments. Big up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that now. And I might go on a daft little live in about 30 minutes to have some random bare knuckle talk. So stay tuned, people. Big up Arron Blakey and big up everyone tuning in. Respect.